What is up, guys? S1DD3RS12 here, and today, slash this evening, we have our brand new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare gameplay, sort of a reveal trailer type thing. So without further ado, let's watch this. Infinity Award, of course, the makers. Oh, I've got an outlay of the characters at the start there. Oh, there they go, lining out. I think what they do here is sort of break down exactly what each character can do and gives like a quick reveal stat on them. You've got Warfighter. It's very fast paced and lots of action. Oh, just mowing down people. We've got Striker. I'll go into a little bit more detail in a second on what they are, but oh, snipers. I like snipers. Oh, he's invisible. Got Merc there. LMG mercenary. Like, oh, it's like Halo protected. Oh my god! Reminiscent of Zombies, that one with the booster shield. Synaptic. Oh, there's a lot of boosting around, but it looks very fast-paced and action-packed. God. There's lots of like bright laser weapons and stuff. There's a lot of it actually. God. I like the look of that. I really do. What's this? ERAD. Does that mean you can sort of pack a punch a weapon mid-game? I might have to look into that actually. God. I like the look of that, I really do. I've sort of been swayed over with all the trailers that I've seen on the Infinite Warfare. So with that, we'll go through it. We'll watch it again. I will probably pause it at sections that might be of interest. Sort of the bits that display the character traits, just to read a bit more into them and see what they're talking about. So I think we've got the first one coming up here. Sniper. There we go. Right, so we've got Warfighter here. Warfighter is a mid-range assault class. As you can see on the right hand side, we've got a thing called a payload. In this case it's a claw. It is a rapid fire spread shot firearm with ricochet ballistic rounds. Oh god. You then got the trait. So the trait's the ping. I assume like a little radar ping to show everyone around you. Looking at the left, we've got the primary weapon as the NV4 Vigilance. It says it's a rare weapon there, and there's 4 slots there. I think it's common, rare, legendary and epic. I think epic's the best one. And then on the gun perk we've got a sharpshooter. Increased damage with the rifle barrel. So there's a lot there on that first sort of class setup. So obviously this guy here very much set up for the assault rifles. So we'll keep watching it through now and we'll see what the next guy says. Here he is using that sharpshooter. Here's the next one. So we've got Striker. He has got a combat rig suit and he's a tactical support class. His primary weapon is a Type 2 frenetic. It's a common weapon, this one, so not quite as good as the one previously. So the gun perk on this one is it steroid? Reduced hip spread. So it'd be quite good with like a shotgun class and things like that for hip fire shooting. Have a reduced sort of spread on it, more accurate. The trait on this one is a trophy. I assume that's like a trophy system with the payload, which is sort of like I'm thinking along the lines of Black Ops 3, where you get a kill streak and then you pull out your specialist weapons. These are like sort of specialists, and this is a sort of a gravity weapon. So I think we see it in action in a second here, where after this wall run, here's the gravity weapon, shoot it in there and it puts like a little gravity warp and sucks the enemy. I really like that. So the next one is a Phantom. Phantom is a marksman, sniper class basically. He has for the payload a active camo, so that's where he can go a little bit invisible. His trait is marked target, so any damaged enemies will mark them for death, or preventing health regeneration for several seconds. So once you're wounded, obviously you got a bit of health generation about you. If you're marked by this weapon, not only are you marked, but you also don't get your health generation for duration. That's quite a good sort of setup. And of course his primary weapon there is a sniper rifle, which is the KBS longbow Steresis, and again it's a common weapon, that one. So I assume the increase in rarity potentially, I think it's probably similar to, is it Advanced Warfare, where you get boost in weapon stats. So in this one here, the gun perk is focus, and it's got reduced idle sway whilst aiming down the shots. Very funky. So see it in action here. I think we get to see the invisibility. Here it is, he's a bit invisible. The interesting thing there is actually where he doesn't sort of show up when he places his shots, he still stays invisible. But coming on to the next class, we've got the Merc, assume sort of like a mercenary class. He is the heavy infantry. So on this one we have his payload is the bull charge with the shield. I think we see that in a second. And the trait is the shockwave. So it's like, what's that say? Is that like the shield sort of system he puts down? I think reminiscent of like Halo. Interesting thing here is his primary weapon is the Titan Scout, and in this case it's an epic weapon. So this weapon has a custom hack sight. Now I'm not sure if the increase in rarity or legendary to epic weapons then have very specialized sort of visuals. So you can see there the gun's like green in camo colour, or it's got a specialist scope that's a bit more fancy looking than normal. But moving on, let's see what the next guy has. You see all the guys showing up in yellow there. See where he sort of drops down the shield, obviously covered for his team, and boosts through with the shield, taking out 3 targets. So the next class here is the FTL. It's the combat rig suit. Combat style is assassin, so I think it's a very fast-paced suit. You might have a couple of movement perks associated to it. Your payload is sort of it's like a boost jump sort of thing. I'm not sure if that's set up for a class that you can only do it at certain times with certain classes. Your trait there is a power slide. So the payload and the trait in this case is very much set up for movement. So rather than being attack orientated, it's movement orientated, which is quite interesting. In this case, the primary weapon is a common one again, and it's a Rocksteady Banshee class. And very interesting. So I think we see it again in action here, a bit of shots. So the next one we have Synaptic. So again we've got the trait and the payload. So first the payload, you have the ability to switch to rapid melee combat mode. I don't know what that means. And the trait is press a button, or I assume a button, to quickly dash in any horizontal direction. So Synaptic, similar to the previous one, is probably orientated about movement characteristics. probably up close and personal. Your primary weapon there is the Erad. It's the Cerebus, and in this case it's an epic. So we've got an underbarrel shotgun with the regenerating ammo. Now I think this is the gun that sort of prints the ammo as you're moving around, which is quite interesting. So again, this is like a close quarters sort of combat setup. So moving forward, do we have another one? I think that could be it now.
The enemy has the bomb.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what the dog is at the end and what that means. But no, I think there's one last interesting thing here. Is where is it? Come on, I know it's the Infinite Warfare Call of Duty. I've seen this and I know the date that it's out. Here we go. So we've got the Erad. Now at this moment in time it says the crafting of the prototype. Now I'm not sure every time you pull this out or every time you start the game it's a lucky dip sort of option. So at the moment we've got your accuracy, damage, range, fire rate and mobility as the stats. They all seem to be quite uniform and low down. Now it would seem that this is currently a common gun. Now I'm not sure if there's options within the game where you can run up and do like sort of a mini pack-a-punch type variety of a weapon. But as you move forward now, we can see as it finished the crafting of the prototype, it goes to Epic. Now Epic then brings with it gun perks. So this gun perk has the Master Key, which is an underbarrel shotgun. There's also, it says something else there. It's also got stability. So reduced recoil, and it also comes with a foregrip. Now I'm not sure if this is an in-game upgrade that you can do, but on the right hand side you can see the stats have massively improved. So I'm being sort of a third of a bar full, they're not sort of averaging out now at sort of 2/3 of a bar. That's quite interesting. I want to know more on that one. And I think that's it for this trailer. So thanks very much for watching that, guys, and hopefully you're as interested as I am. And we'll see what comes of it. So with that, I'll say thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time for more Call of Duty Infinite Warfare updates. Goodbye.